Hey everybody, I'm back. Hey babies, how y'all doing? It is me, Sharice Johnson Moore, for another episode of Author's Excerpt Sunday. Author's Excerpt Sunday, child. Yes, Author's Excerpt Sunday. So, I wanted to come to you today, and the topic for today is why haven't you, why haven't you, why haven't you Why haven't you created an audiobook yet? Why haven't you created an audiobook yet? Oh, why haven't you created an audiobook yet? Okay, we have now. Why I asked this question because I had to ask myself that, right? And the thing is that I wasn't making the time to do it. I wasn't making. I was making all these excuses, and I need this, and I need that, and I need this, and I need that, and then I realized, if I'm a self-published author, I could self-publish. Since I did my book, my paperback, I could also do my audiobook myself too. Okay, nothing hard to it, nothing hard. And the thing is, I'm sitting here thinking, oh, you know what? I looked it up, did the research on it and everything. And I said, hold up, I already got my equipment. So why am I messing around doing it, right? So I'm using my Anchor FM podcast podcast program to create my audiobook. I already have my boom mic. I bought that already. I already have my stand for my mic. I have two mics. I have the headphones. And then the only thing I don't have is the quietness. But I had to realize I had to change some things about the way I did my audio. Okay? It says, now sometimes we get in our own way when we want to create stuff, right? Okay. The first thing that you want to do if you want to create an audiobook for your book, right, is, okay, prep your book for the audiobook recording. Okay. That means if it's already an ebook, if it's a, if it's an ebook, if it's an ebook, it can read it straight from your tablet. You can read straight from the tablet. If it's already an ebook, if you got a paperback book and it's an ebook, you can take your ebook and read it right there in the palm of your hand without flipping pages. Plus, when you do an audiobook, it has to be very quiet when you're doing your talking. Very quiet, no noise, no traffic, no nothing. That's why I've decided to get up early in the morning, maybe like three, maybe between 12 and 4 o'clock in the morning, to do my vocals, do my narration. Okay. So some of you if you want to do it yourself, do it yourself. Okay. If you want to find someone to narrate your book, that's great. Okay. And the thing is that you're going to, some things are going to be out of pocket expense. If you're going to go that route, if you're going to want to get a narrator to do it, or you can find somebody, find someone that has a nice speaking voice, somebody that has nice tones to their voice, nice rhythm in their voice, nice, they have a voice that you would listen to, okay? A voice you would listen to, okay? And then I would say decide who You can decide who will record it. Okay, do you want to do it in a studio or do you want to do it at home? Do it at, it's on you. You get to decide that. If you want to create an audiobook for your book. Everything is up to you as a self-published author. So sometimes, you might not have the time, but I realized something that God brought back to my remembrance. He said, you did this paper, you wrote this book. Now you took the time to write the book. Now make time to do the audiobook if that's what you really want. You got to make the time, put in the effort. If you want these things done for your company. So decided to myself, I wanted to narrate my own book. Okay, you can always find a narrator, which that's out of pocket pay, and you make those arrangements with that person about who you're going to get to narrate your book. Okay, but if you narrate your book on your own, you will need a quiet place. You will need some space. You will need that time where it's totally quiet. No cars running by your house. That's how I'm doing mine. There's no cars running by my house at that time of the night because I pick late night because I don't have to worry about the car sounds in the back of my audio for my recording. When you do an audiobook, it must be quiet in your surroundings. Quiet in your surroundings. Quiet in your surroundings. I emphasize this because you I listen to a lot of audiobooks. There's no, I hear the car sounds, and there's no honking of a horn, and there's no sirens blasting. There's none of that. It's totally quiet. You can either do it in a studio or you can do it at home. Now, if you have a spare room, you can turn around and use the uh they're called block out block out sound blankets. Block out sound blankets. They're blankets you can get them from Amazon. You can get Amazon, you can get them at a sound store, like you go into like where you buy microphones at, or this, that, and the other. But you can I already researched that. You can get it on Amazon. Okay, the sound block blankets, where you can put them on the doors, you can put it on the windows, and you you can block down some of the sound that you're getting, sound that you're getting in your through your windows. Um, let's see. Then um work with an audio producer if you plan on going into a studio, and you still need an audio producer after you've already done it at home or done it yourself, because they have to put these tracks together. They have to put the tracks. Like me, I'm using my anchorfm.com podcasting site to actually do my audiobook. I made a file for it, and I turn around, that's how I'm doing it. And then I could make that file and do and that file is real simple. It's real easy for me. And when everything is finished, you could just download that and send it to someone. You can download that program, the whole sequence of a program, the whole sequence, and they can work with mastering your audiobook. Okay, they can master your audiobook. It's real easy and simple. So that is a get to talk to someone that owns a sound studio and that wants to work with you to master your audiobook, your final copy, your final copy, where they can take out the sounds. They can take out sounds. They can add sounds. They can add music behind your voiceover, behind your narration. They can even change the pitch in your. They could do so many things that I didn't think they could do when you come to mastering a audiobook. Mastering an audiobook is the same thing as mastering a song. You got to listen to the whole song, pull out what don't work, put in what do work. So that's what audio mastering, a master of uh, uh, working with an audio producer does. So, okay. I don't know if y'all have heard about ACX. ACX is a very good company. It is a subsidiary of Kindle Direct Publishing. Okay. Now, you, you also have to, ACX is a distributor for audiobooks. So you don't have to do a whole bunch of going from this program, going to Kindle, going to Amazon, going to Audible. All that is done when you upload everything to your ACX profile. You have to go in ACX, create a profile for your audiobook, and when you look up your book, it's already there in Amazon if you have already created it that way. If you went through Amazon to publish your paperback or your hardback book. So ACX is really easy, and just okay. And the thing is it if you want to do it yourself, it's just going to be, you're gonna have to put that time in. You're gonna make that time. Make time, just like you make time to write the book. You gotta make time for this audio book too. Okay. So, and it's good to keep up with your appointments and things like that with the studio if you plan on doing it that way. And it is always good to communicate with your master audio program producer, your producer for your audio book, because things can change. You might, and it is time consuming. It is. It's time consuming. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you no story. Okay? It's time consuming. You have to block out that time to create and do your work, because this is, because you're missing out on revenue. You're missing out on revenue. Okay, you got a paperback book. You got an ebook. Now create the audio book. And I'm gonna tell you why it's good to create an audio book. Audio books are good for people that cannot read, but they understand. They're literate. They understand. They can hear. They understand the words, but they can't read them. Okay, that's good for audiobook. Audiobook is also good for people that are blind. That are blind. Have you ever thought about that? There's so many people that are blind. They can still heal. Okay, so that's another source of income. That's three sources. You got the paperback, you got an ebook, and an audiobook. That's three sources of income from one book. One book. One book creates three streams of income. Okay, so also going to need someone to make your CD cover, your audio cover, your CD cover. If you put it in, you put it in the CD player. You want to listen. Person's gonna have to, you're gonna have to get somebody to really create your audio book cover. Okay, for your distribution. Okay, you also let you know you gotta copyright. Please copyright. Please copyright y'all stuff. Okay, because people, I'm type of person where I'm going to give you some advice and I'm going to give it to you good. Do not ever publish anything without it being copyrighted first, please. Yes, you can copyright an audiobook. Okay, you can copyright an audiobook. It is a must, because we don't want anybody stealing our work, stealing the work. I take bits pieces of this, okay, and I make my own book. No, we want it copyright, because in case they plagiarize, plagiarism is a hobby for some people. Okay, people, let's understand plagiarism is a thing. People like getting off on plagiarizing other people's stuff. So that will be the last step after you have the audio producer to work with the audiobook producer to finalize your entire book. You want to copyright that first before you even put it out there. You can advertise that the book is coming out. You can advertise that the audiobook is coming out. That'll get people heads of, oh, okay. She got her book coming out, audiobook coming out maybe like July, August sometime. Okay. Then that prepare. Then you can also get yourself ready for people that's gonna pre-order your audiobook. Pre-order. Oh, marvelous. Pre-order. Okay. So always copyright your audiobook, your writing, your manuscripts, whatever. Okay, copyright it. Even poems. If you just got one sheet of paper and you know it's your poem, copyright that because can't nobody steal that. Okay, so I want to, and it copyright doesn't cost that much. Copyright doesn't cost that much. Okay, hello. LinkedIn coach joined in. Hello, how are you doing today? Hi, welcome to Authors Excerpt Sunday. Today I'm talking about why haven't you created an audiobook yet? Okay, that is my topic for today. And I want to give a few more, give these steps. Copyright everything that you have if you want to be saved from the plagiarism demon. Okay, plagiarism. Okay, another thing is that put all your stuff in order. If you're going to go to a studio, find out the information how much they're going to charge you for this audiobook, the creation of the audiobook. Have it in writing what they're going to do, what you and that studio is going to do. Have it in writing. Um, and then decide who will record. Will you narrate your own book or will you decide to get somewhere else to narrate your book? Now, on ACX, you have this choice whether you want to narrate it yourself or you want to have somebody else narrate it that works with that company. Okay. And the thing is that you can do a 50-50 income with that. That means the narrator gets 50% and you get 50%, or you can narrate it yourself and and save yourself some money. Okay, so I also want to let you know, you can record the audiobook at home if you want. If you have all the equipment for a podcast, or you know someone with a studio, or you know that you can, like I said, I put sound sound blocking blankets on my door, on my windows, in my room, in this room here, and I do them late at night. So I do not have those sounds of cars running in the background, horns honking, sirens, things like that. I always do it like that time in the morning. So um, pick and choose your time wisely. Okay, always. If I'm using I use my podcast and I put it all in a file. I started doing my audiobook and it is coming out marvelous. And if you know that you catch yourself when you do an audiobook, catch yourself with mistakes, you can always go into your podcast. The podcast I use Anchor FM. So I use that and record. And then if I find I got a mistake, I can stop, delete that, and I could do kind of the adjustments myself. So wanted to let you know, okay, and always please copyright all your, after the masters are done, go straight to copyright. Do not skip go. Don't download it, put it on this, put it on that. No. You want to copyright first because then you don't have to worry about plagiarism or somebody hacking your stuff. Okay. Then you can upload it to ACX. That is not hard. If you already got a book, if you already got a book that's already on Amazon.com, no problem. Just put your title in the search engine for ACX and it'll come up and then it'll create your title and you can turn around and ACX, you need to do, your research for that. So I always say do your research. Don't I always say research because some things you don't know and you try to go off and do it and then you don't know what you're doing. You're gonna you try not to make the mistakes, but sometimes the mistakes happen and you have to go back and do some other stuff as well. So I just wanted to say to all the authors out there, if you need somebody to narrate your book, I am available. Sharice Johnson Moore. I'm available to narrate your books. I love doing it. I found that I love talking. I found that I love helping others, and I love helping authors the most. Okay, so thank you for coming in for Authors Excerpt Sunday. The topic is, why haven't you created an audiobook yet? Okay, like I said, it could be your source of income. You have a paperback, you have a hardback, you have a paperback, you have an ebook, and then you have an audiobook. That's really four sources. If you have all four, you're doing real good. So want to thank everybody for coming in, and don't leave money on the table. Please don't leave any money on the table, because it's very important that you get all your ducats, all your coins. Okay, I love y'all. I see y'all later, and love you. Bye, babies.